Hello everyone, my name is Ashok Mishra. Today I am going to speak on the platform of Azure and one of the Azure services which is virtual machines. First, let's discuss what is Azure. Azure comes under cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is on-demand availability of cloud system resources, especially data, storage, and computing power without directive active management by the user. Large clouds often have functions distributed over multiple locations, each location being a data center. Each cloud computing relies on sharing of resources to achieve coherence and typical use of using a pay-as-you-go model, which can help in reducing capital expenses but also lead to unexpected operating expenses for unable users. So now let's come to what is Azure. So what is Azure? Azure is a Microsoft public cloud platform. Azure offers a large collection of services, which includes platform as a service, which is PaaS, infrastructure as a service (IaaS), and manages database services capabilities. So how what exactly is Azure and how does it work? Azure is like any other cloud platform which relies on a technology known as virtualization. Most computer hardware can be emulated in software. Computer hardware is simply a set of instructions which are permanently or semi-permanently encoded in silicon. Uh, Emulation layers are used to map software instructions to hardware instructions. Emulation layers allow virtualization hardware to execute in software like actual hardware itself. So now let's move on to the overview uh, of how one of the services of Azure, which is virtual machines. So in virtual machines, the virtual machine is one of the several types of on-demand scalability computing resources that Azure offers. Typically, you choose a virtual machine, which when you need more control over the computing environment than other choices offer. The art in an Azure virtual machine gives you the flexibility of virtualization without having to buy and maintain the physical hardware that runs it. However, you still need to maintain the virtual machine by performing tasks such as configuration, patching, and installing the software that runs on it. Azure Virtual Machine can be used in various ways, uh, such of the examples are development and testing, which is Azure Virtual Machines offer a quick and easy way to create a computer with specific configurations required to code and test an application. The second example would be the application in the clouds, because demand for your application can fluctuate. It might make economic sense to run it on a virtual machine in Azure. You pay for extra with VMs when you need them and shut them when you don't need them. The third example would be extended data center. Virtual machines in Azure virtual network can easily be connected to your organization's network. The number of virtual machines that your application uses can be scaled up to whatever is required to meet your needs. So, why would you need to think about before creating a virtual machine? There is always a multitude of designs considering when you build an application infrastructure in Azure. These aspects of a virtual machine are important to consider when you think about it before you start. First, some of them are the name of your application resources, the location where the resources are needed or stored, the size of the virtual machine, the maximum number of virtual machines that can be created, the operation system that VMs can run, the configurations of the VM of the start, the related resources that the VMs need, etc. So after that, we come to the point of location. So for Azure, all the resources created Second is Azure distributed across multiple geographical regions across the world. Usually the region is called location when you create a VM. For a VM, the location specifies when the virtual hard disk are stored. So then when we have crossed across the location, then comes the availability of the virtual machines. For Azure, Azure announces an industry-leading single instance virtual machine service level agreement of 99.9, provided you deploy the virtual machines with premium storage of all disk. In order for your deployment to qualify for the standard of 99.95% PM's service agreement, you still need to deploy two or more virtual machines running your work inside of an available set. An available set ensures that your VM are distributed across multiple fault domain in Azure data centers, as well as deployed onto hosts with different maintenance windows. So then, when we have come across ability and location, we come across VM size. The size of the VMs that you use and is determined by the workload that you use or want to run. The size that you choose that determines factors such as processing power, memory, storage capacity, and network bandwidth. Azure also offers a wide variety of sizes to support many types of users. Azure charges an hourly prices based on the VM size and opportunity system. For partial hours, Azure charges only for the minute used. Storage is priced and charged separately. So then, what will be the limits of the virtual machines? So for the limits, your subscription has default quota limits in place that could impact the deployment of many VMs in your project. The current limit of a per subscription basis is 20 VMs per region. A limit can be raised by filling a support ticket requested for for the increase. So then comes the main part: operating system, disk, and images. Virtual machines use virtual hard disks to store their operating systems and data. VHDs are also used for the image you can choose from to install an OS. Azure provides many marketplaces images to use with various versions and types of Windows servers with operating system. Marketplaces images are often identified by image published of a SKU and various versions. Typically, versions is specified as latest. Only 64 bit versions of system are supported. So when we come to extensions, VMware extensions give you an additional capabilities through deployment and configuration and automated tasks. These common tasks can be accomplished using extensions. So in the extensions, which are as run custom script, deploy and manage configuration, collect diagnostic data. So let me elaborate. In run custom script, the custom script extension helps you configure workload on the VMs by running the script when the VMs is provisioned. And deploy and manage it in managing configurations, the PowerShell desires state configuration extensions, which help you to set up the DSCs on a VMs to manage, configure, and environment. For the collection of diagnostic data, the Azure diagnostic extension helps you configure the VMs to collect diagnostic data that can be used to monitor the health of your application. And then, what are the related resources? The resources that are usually used that are needed to exist or to create the VM are various. So for data residency in Azure, the features to enable storing customer data in a single region is currently only available in the Southeast Asia region, Singapore of the Asia Pacific Geo, and Brazil South Polar State region of Brazil Geo. For all other regions, customer data is stored in Geo. Thank you.